wasting my time. I don't know why I can't get you out my mind. Guess I let my feelings take control.
What's up, everybody? Man, what a great time it is. Man, it is the first Tuesday of the month. And you know what time it is? It's time for Ask the Relationship Guy. Man, my name is Eric Kirk, and I am the relationship guy. Guys, listen, I got a great show for you. I do have a co-host, and she will be on here soon. And so we're going to be waiting for her. But in the meantime, we're going to, we're just going to jump into this thing because we don't want to prolong this thing. But I do have some housekeeping I got to do. So let me do this right quick because I want to, I want to edit some things on Facebook. Okay, and I think we already got it. Okay. So once again, guys, I want to welcome you guys to the show. I want to welcome you to the broadcast. So the ones that are on Facebook, the Teach Me Tribe, man, what's an awesome group that is. We are doing some amazing things over there. My girl Tiffany is really got that thing jumping, rocking and rolling over there. So we're excited about what's happening with the Teach Me Tribe, and we got some things that's coming up pretty soon. That's going to be pretty dope too. So y'all definitely want to stay tuned for that. Also, I want to just welcome you guys from Facebook on my personal page because I just opened it up for you guys there. So if let me cut the comments on. So feel free to comment. Feel free to guess what, guys? Ask the relationship guy, and definitely we want you guys to like, and we want you to share this broadcast. And matter of fact, I'm going to take a second out, and I'm going to share it too. How about that? And let's see, Tiffany, you are muted out. And I don't know if you want to be muted out or not, but you are definitely muted out. But we're going to let you get situated and come on in. And I am going to take a second and share this out. Y'all just bear with me. Let's see what we're going to do. Okay, there we go. And we're going to send this out. Just to get some stuff going, okay? Yeah, definitely want to undo that one. Okay, all right. So, where we got welcome to the guys in the Teach Me Tribe. Welcome to the YouTube. Welcome to the Facebook. Welcome everybody. Listen, last month we did, we did some things that. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, you look shocked.
Why you don't have the same background I have?
You need to upgrade. But I will. Let's see if I can downgrade. Let me see what I got.
Seriously.
Okay. How about that? That make you feel better?
Or you could send me.
That make I we
you gotta hit me on all this stuff that you be doing because.
Well, yeah, that's why we have a call time so we can go ahead and get some backstage stuff done. But when we can't do it all at the same time as the show, so we kind of have to get some stuff done beforehand. But man, update us on you. What you got going on? You. Uh-huh.
Why does it sound like you were on the show? When you said that, I'm like,
We are. You know we live, right?
no, we're not.
Yeah, we definitely are live.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we definitely are. Okay, guys, we gotta regroup and we gotta
No,
we gotta be right back.
we're not
And
even supposed to be live right now.
is it not 7 o'clock?
It is not 7. It
Is it not
is
7?
not quite.
Okay, not
I'm
quite.
trying to change my background.
Well, okay, this is the pre-show, guys, and we are this stuff you get done before the show starts. Okay, so we're going to
You see what I got to put up with, guys?
yeah. This is the fun part. Okay, we ready? It's time to count. You know what? I just realized what the problem is. I don't have glasses on, but I'm gonna get through it.
You don't have glasses on?
I don't have
Oh,
them
that's
on.
right. No, you don't.
I don't have my
You-
contacts. So when I
do
was
you
looking
need
at the
to
time, I
have
was like, okay, huh? No, I'm good. I am
Is
good.
that
We're
is that
going.
is that you breaking up?
Nope. Can you hear me?
I can. I thought that was you breaking up for a minute. I'm trying to save
Okay.
my
So let's go. Let's go. Okay, it's showtime.
It's your time.
It's showtime.
I've been wasting my time. I don't know why I can't get you out my mind.
Let me see you dance.
Guess I let my feelings take control.
Man, the guy that produced that must be amazing. Now you gonna switch it. You know what, man?
Seriously.
You switch your background.
You know,
Okay. How you do that?
how
Okay,
do what?
I'm not even gonna say. Okay, we just leave that alone. Man, welcome to. I don't know what this is at this point.
Ask the relationship guy.
Welcome to Ask the Relationship Guy, man. My name is Eric Kirk, and I'm the relationship guy. And I have the pleasure of sharing the stage, sharing the mic with my lovely co-host, Miss Tiffany Newton. Man, give it up for yourself. How about that? Man, listen, it is the first of the month, first Tuesday of the month. You know what that means?
Ask the relationship guy.
Ask the relationship guy. So, guys, listen. This is the time where we kind of just cater to you guys. You know, this is all things relationship. But you know, last month we did something that was really powerful, and this month we're kind of you know we're building up on some things. But last month we dealt with the mental illness and how it relates to the family and how it looks in men and how it looks in women. And we really dove into that thing. You know, we had some amazing guests in the tribe. You know, we had Treve and we had KD that made her debut. And who else we had in the tribe last month?
We have the tribe.
The mixer is was doing great.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We have the tribe.
We had the trial, yeah. So all of that, man, it's really. I mean, you know, I would say, you know, if you're watching this, I know because it is on my platform. I'm sharing it. I'm streaming live on my platform. So by chance, if you're not a member of the tribe, then you know I really want to encourage you to really join because you know we listen. This lady right here, Miss Tiffany, was she the perfection? Oh Lord, have mercy, the perfectionist
Why
coach.
you have to read it? Why you have to read it like you don't know?
Listen, I thought. See, I had to because I thought it said professional coach. I don't have my glasses, but
I about to say,
you,
I need you to put your glasses
yeah,
on.
I don't even have them in this room. I don't think. But my whole thought was I was going to be reading off of this my iPad, and but hey, that whole theory is gone. But it's good. I can get through because on my iPad I can make things big, and so we good on that. But yeah, so we did. So we had some great things, and then this month we got some big things going on. Can you give us just like a quick recap of what's going on this month? I know who I am, and I know
You
what
sure?
I do.
You
Okay,
sure?
but I'm totally persuaded. You know what I'm saying? I'm totally convinced on who I am. Okay, now
Okay,
that's
I'll
the
take
good,
your
bad,
word
and the
for it.
ugly, right?
I'll take your word for it.
But what do you got going on? And then we're gonna jump into these topics for the day. Okay.
Okay. Well, what the tribe has going on this month is that we are talking about parenting. So, all things parenting. So, of course, tonight, Ask the Relationship Guy. So, whatever questions have come in, we're going to talk about it. We're going to discuss it. And if you have any questions that you want to ask, feel free to do that as well, and share it out. Share with your
Absolutely.
friends, because we're going to have some really good conversations, some really good discussions. And then next Monday, the 12th, is our featured event where we'll have the father, the Black father, and we'll have a
Mm,
panel of dads, 6 great dads. And
not me, y'all. I wasn't invited. Not me. Everybody but me. Okay, keep going.
but anyway, as I was saying, we have 6 dads that are on the panel, and this is one you definitely do not want to miss. I mean, you don't want to miss anything, but this one is really it's going to bring a lot of insight, things that you might not even know, about the Black father, and even the Black fathers that might join, they might learn something. Who knows? But it's just going to be transparent, real discussion about life as a Black father, and I'm just really excited about it. So are the
I'm
guys.
gonna be honest with you. I have been waiting for this one,
Mhm.
for a long time. I'm gonna be sitting there with my pen and paper, ready to take notes because when you can get when you can get two black men together, it's powerful. And you done messed around and got six, it's gonna be just epic. So I can't wait. To see the gems, nuggets that they bring out. So what else? You got the panel, and then is there anything else going on?
Yeah, of course. The next week we got, always on the most time on the third Mondays, there's Treve Q&A with Treve. So that's
Yes. Oh,
always
my
a hit.
girl
So
Trey.
definitely join us for that. I call her the female version of Eric. So
Really? Oh, that's awesome. That's a very good compliment to her.
yeah, to her. But we're definitely and I really enjoying that segment too, because it's definitely growing. So y'all want to definitely
Absolutely.
get involved with that. And then, of course, we always have our mixer on the fourth Wednesday of the month. And that's just a time for us to come out and talk about the topic of the month. And of course,
Right.
all this month, we're going to be talking about parenting, whether it's co parenting, blended families, single parenting, whatever.
Listen,
Um,
Tiffany, they are sleeping on the mixer.
oh, yeah.
They
Yeah.
sleeping on the mixer. I mean, because I'm telling you, the mixer is so freaking powerful. I mean, to where listen,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a time thing that you said, I don't know if it's an hour or whatever, but I know that I have been on mixers that did not end. you know, I mean, we go from, you know, I mean, it just keep going and going and going because you got all of this knowledge and in this one place, and everybody is feeding everybody, and you cannot leave the mixture without feeling like you got smarter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just amazing.
Yeah, and you don't find too many places like that where you can go and be in a non-judgment space and feel free to express yourself and to share, to inspire, to listen. Um,
Absolutely.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's really
that
the heart of Teach Me.
yeah, that's the heart. And I was gonna say that key word you used was non-judgmental. And actually, I don't even know if you said that, but in my mind, that's what I was hearing. You know,
Yeah.
so
Mhm.
but it's the atmosphere that is going to tell you that you can speak your truth.
Mhm.
Okay, because listen, I'm on social media, probably more than I should, and then I have been in situations where you can make a comment and then all of a sudden all of the internet come and attack you. Okay, well, that won't happen in the tribe at the mixer. Okay,
Mhm.
it won't happen nowhere in the tribe because you got all of these people who have came in with the same mindset, and I think if I had to say what is the magic of the tribe, it would be that non-judgmental atmosphere. What do you think?
Definitely, definitely, and that's definitely the culture that we have and that we're creating and trying to cultivate. Environment of love, an environment of non-judgment, and an environment of no repercussions.
No repercussions. Yeah,
Yes.
that's good.
So that's
That's
something that I
good.
have everyone to agree upon every time we get together in the mixer because that's important.
And it was really good for me because I'm more of a rule breaker. So now
Mhm.
that I know that I can break a rule and it's not going to be any repercussions, I'm even more excited.
Mhm.
Oh man. So
There
okay,
won't be
so
any rules broken.
okay, so I'm gonna let you read the comments because I'm not even gonna try to do it with my eyes, okay?
Okay. All right. Yes. I'm not sure who this is, but there's someone on Facebook. I need to go on Facebook and they're saying good evening to us. And she said, yes, he or she said, yes, I really enjoy and appreciate this group and the mixer. We definitely appreciate you too.
Awesome. And
Yeah.
we do apologize because this is Patricia. Okay, got you. Okay, well, you know what? Now, since Patricia is here, we can officially get started. We've been waiting.
Yeah,
Hey,
because she
Patricia.
did win the top contributor award
Oh
last week.
yeah, that's right. Shout out to Patricia
Yeah.
for winning the top. And what did she win, by the way?
She won a Starbucks gift card.
Nice, nice, man. That is
Mhm.
awesome. So, guys, that's
Yeah.
another reason why you want to join the tribe because Tiffany gives away money, and I love that. So, yeah,
Oh, I
every
know you
once in a
love that
while.
because you've been competitive this month. You've been posting stuff, and
Oh yeah, I
I'm
want I want
like,
my money. Listen, I compete in
why is his
every
points going
category.
up?
I listen. I come from some of the hardest, coldest, commission based. Listen. I what is the word? Compete in everything. So yeah, and yeah, I'm gonna get my gift card. So yeah,
So y'all
be
better
ready.
y'all better get on it because Eric is just like,
Hey, so listen. In all seriousness, this is another reason why this group is so different from any other group that I have been a part of, and I'm not really exaggerating, because really what in most cases you get people who just trying to take from you, just take and take and take. I mean, like they'll sit there and they'll receive things, but then they won't give back. But in this group, it's a good balance of give and take, and I love that because it gives me an opportunity to learn from a Patricia and learn from a Treve, learn from a KD. So man, I'm excited about it. So once again, guys, if you're not a part of the tribe, we're gonna put up a link and to where you can
Yeah.
join from here, huh? Maybe and actually, listen, you can inbox me, inbox Tiffany, but
Got me working.
inbox somebody and figure out how we can get into the tribe. What do you say?
You say inbox somebody. Yeah.
Okay, Tiffany don't like being
Got me
inboxed. She don't
doing
like
stuff. Hey,
she don't like inboxes, y'all. So don't inbox her.
no, it's not that. I just don't like not being prepared.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh Lord, have mercy. She
I'm
finna,
like,
yeah,
really? That's what okay.
yeah.
All right.
Listen, this is therapy for you. Okay, I know that you like the control. I know it. I know who you are. But this, when you go on the show with me, anything can happen, and
Don't be
it
putting
will
my
make you
business out
better.
there.
See, that's it. That's part
Don't
of
be
it.
putting my business out there. Let folks know.
Well, listen, if they don't know you, then it won't take long for them to figure you out. Okay. But look, guys, man, so we're talking about parenting, and I had some things that I know, Tiffany, you got some questions, and you know, I don't know what those questions are, okay? And I know they're going to be good questions, but what I did, I it was some things that I just wanted to talk about before we get into the questions that people had submitted, okay? Uh, See, what I was thinking about, first, just so everybody would know, I am a parent. Okay, I have three girls and one son, a total of four kids, and I am a grandparent. I have a 15-year-old granddaughter, and then in October he'll be 1 year old. I don't know how many months he is now, but if he's
Aw.
how old would he be? In October he'll be one. So how old is he now? 6 months, 7 months? However it is.
No, more like 9.
More like 9. Okay,
Yes,
man,
more like
he's
9.
growing up. But that guy, man, that's my guy. Okay, so guys, I seen it. I seen it. I experienced parenting as directly as a parent of four. Then you come around and then you going to experience parenting in a totally different way as a grandparent. And what I wanted to do is just real quick, because we're gonna get to the questions. And by the way, feel free to, if there's a question that you have, this is what this is about. So you can put it in the comments. If you're part of the tribe, you can actually no, don't do that. We can't do that. We can't do no this forms right now. But if you have a question, just put it in the comment. I see you looking over there. Okay, so so listen.
Throwing me off.
I see it was all in your eyes. So these are questions outside of the questions that are submitted. Okay, I don't want to mess you up. Okay, okay, there you go. So here we go. As when I look back into my relationship, and I was married for 33 years, and I seen some things that that I said, some things that maybe, well, not maybe, some things that we should have talked about even before we had the first child. Okay, and then there was some things that we should have talked about, or we did talk about, as we were developing as parents. Okay, and so one of the first thing, and this is not in any type of order, it was just how it was coming out. But one of the questions would be, how will we make time for our relationship? Okay, how will we make time for our relationship? One of the problems that we had, and I'm being honest with you, there's a possibility of parents becoming jealous over the other parent. Okay, that can happen, and there, but the reason why this is an important question is because there is a possibility for one parent to feel neglected especially during the early days, the early years of the child. Okay. Now let's be more specific. If I'm talking about a mother, and that mother, listen, we're talking about going from a newborn, and then dealing with the toddler stage and all that. Listen, that takes a lot of time, away from the father, and it's understandable. But you have to have that conversation. Tiffany, you want to talk about that before I go on?
Yeah. Well, I know I definitely personally can identify with that in my own life because I'm a very hands-on mom. So
Absolutely.
I have a tendency to be called controlling, but that's what Eric says. But anyway, but I think, you know, especially when you've just had your children, you want everything to be right,
Mm-hmm.
and you just have this yearning to just make sure they're okay. And of course, you've seen the commercial where the more children you have, the less hands-on you are, because you've been there, done that. But I think in instances like that, if a person is kind of like I was, you don't give that opportunity to the dad to be there, because more than likely you don't ask him to
Mm-hmm.
do anything because you take everything on yourself, or you feel like, but he's just not going to do it the way I would do it, you know. So, so
And chances
that's
are
what,
you're right.
yeah. But you know what? One thing I've learned in my divorce,
Mm-hmm.
because we share custody. So one thing I have learned is that he not gonna kill him.
He's not gonna kill him. Right, and man,
He
and
not
that
gonna
is
hurt him or anything.
that is so important because and that's something that I'm going to talk about before we end this out. So I'm not even going to say anything now because I got it queued up to talk about that type of issue. Okay. How long we ensure how long will we ensure we both have we have the personal time we need to recharge? How will you do that? What would that look like? See, these are questions that's going to be important because um, a child can really, take a lot of time. So when you are planning to be an effective parent, what I want you to think about is the more questions that you can ask yourself now before the baby, the more questions that you can ask, the more prepared you're going to be. Now, you know, I hear what you're saying. I know what you're thinking. You're saying, well, Eric, I already have three. I already have four. I got five kids. And, so, but what I want you to understand before I go any further, I want you to understand that it's not too late to ask these questions. Okay. You didn't mess up because you didn't ask the question because it's never too late to ask the question. Okay. And another question that you want to do: how will we handle the stress and the conflict resolutions as a couple? You know, Tiffany, what I experience is that you're gonna have one that's gonna be more of a corporal punishment type guy, a type person, because it's not just a, listen, I wasn't the, okay, grab a belt and beat you type parent. I was the guy that say, I'd rather we have that conversation. Trust me. And my kids didn't want to have that conversation. They were like, Daddy, beat me, please. I'll take the whipping. I can't do it, Dad. Please just beat me so it can be over with. But I was that guy, but it's important that we have that you understand, what role is gonna play. And I'm gonna touch on that in a little bit too, because I'll give you the heads up. You you got different roles, okay, but it doesn't mean that you better than the other. I'll just leave it like that. um and which brings me to this next one: how would you approach discipline? Okay. Facebook user, we don't know your name, type in your name, but good evening to you as well. And
Yeah, pull up.
see if you can see who that is. Okay. What?
That's cool. Hey, Crystal.
Hey, Crystal. What are some things you like about the way that you were raised, and what would you do differently as a parent? Now, Tiffany, I want you to I want you to kind of feed off of that, because that right there was one of I'm thinking about, in the early years of me parenting. I realized that me and my spouse had different ways that we approached parenting. We had different ways that we approach discipline. And really, I'm being honest with you. If you don't learn how to have these conversations in the beginning, then they can sneak up, and it can be a reason why you get divorced. Now, I'm gonna tell you, no, there is not many surveys out there that's saying that somebody got divorced over parenting skills. I will give you that, okay? But I promise you that it do create a separation between the husband and the wife, the mother and the father, okay? If you're not on the same page, it will create separation. So that separation may lead to that separation may even lead to adultery. Okay, if someone, it feels as if they're not being heard, then it's going to create a separation. Anytime a separation happen in a relationship, it's going to put that relationship in jeopardy. So what I want you to understand is that you may think that these are simple questions, but the reasons why I chose these, Tiffany, is because I'm looking ahead and I'm saying, if we don't get these things straight, then it can potentially cause a problem, in the relationship. Okay, a problem that can actually lead to divorce. I'm gonna tell you this one here. This is one of the ones that um, I didn't have it in the early part, but once the kids start getting older, and the dynamics of our marriage started, kind of shifting. This was a problem. What religion will you teach your child? Here's the thing. Now, something you say that when you look at religion, you're saying, okay, is it the Catholic, or Christian, or Muslim, yeah, but it can go even deeper than that. It can be up under the same Christian banner, but all Christianity is not built the same. Okay, right. And that's what happened. I was the missionary Baptist guy, and she was Church of Christ guy, guy, and those are two. Listen, I know you studied different denominations, so that those are two different segments of the world. Okay, Church of Christ, missionary Baptist, man, that's like oil and water. Okay, be honest with you, Church of Christ is like oil and water to just about everything, but that's a whole nother story. They just don't mix well. They do good for themselves, but when you try to integrate them into somebody, say I'm trying to, I like what you're doing, I'm trying to see if I can get down with it, you be like, nah, I can't do that. Okay, they just don't mix well.
And be equally yoked, that's all.
And you got to be equally yoked. And I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying that was my experience. And I'm gonna finish with this because of our time. But this is something that happened, in my family, recently. Was what name would the child have? That's
last name.
What last name? I'm sorry. Yeah, what last name would the child have? If you're not, if you have a child and you're not married, then once again, that's a big question. Especially if it's a male child. Okay, and then questions of, well, you're not married, and I don't want to give them my child's name. Then once again, if it's the father, he said, listen, hey, I'm the father. Do I want him to have my last name? But those are some things that if they're not handled properly, Tiffany, that they can really put a wedge into the relationship, to cause separation and maybe even divorce. Okay, so I'm gonna finish with this. Okay,
I mean, does
there's
that even? I mean, does it happen?
what's
I mean,
that?
do people really say, "Hey, I don't want my child to have my last name"?
Well, let me. I'm glad you wanted me to clarify that, because the scenario would be, just say the mother would say, hey, I want that child to bear my last name. And the father could say, I want that child to have my last name. So now,
Mm-hmm.
okay, now we got a problem. Okay. Now we got a problem. Now
You just hyphenate.
you can, I mean, yeah, you can hyphenate it. I mean, but and that's what you see a lot, but it is a real problem, and it's a problem that if we don't take time to really talk these things out, these are problems that can really come in. And to be honest with you, they can come in the beginning and cause problems, or they can come in later on, because if it's unresolved issues, trust me, they do not just go away. They don't go away. Down there, they'll lay there dormant. Then all of a sudden, now the child is ready to enroll into school, and now that same problem comes back up. And so that's and only thing that I really want to the only thing I want you to see right now is that there's conversations that we have to have as parenting. When we look at, and I know we got to deal with bad parenting. We're going to deal with all of those things throughout this month, um these are some, what I wanted to deal with here is what those, like, just know that the conversation have to happen. That's it. Just know that we have to have the conversation. It doesn't matter who initiated, but listen, if you want to be an effective parent, you're going to have to learn how to be an effective communicator.
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody need to write that down,
Yeah. That's the
because
truth.
that was good.
You're either gonna, I mean, it's a lesson that you're gonna have to learn or relearn. You know,
Absolutely.
I mean, because I would probably say that me and my ex are better communicators now than we were when we were married. You know, and that's just because we have a common interest. We both want, and then we've always been like this. We've always wanted the best for our kids,
Right.
no matter what issues we were having. So I think that makes a difference more than anything.
Absolutely. So listen, guys. I'm gonna. This is the last segment that I want to deal with before we go into these questions. But before I do that, I want you to take a second, like this video, just like it, share it out. What I'm saying, promote it. If you're not part of the tribe, there's a link in the comments, and make sure that you click on the link and join the tribe. Okay. And um man, here's the deal, guys. This is something that I see, and I have to deal with way too often, in my field of work. you know you have the mother who's saying that my job, or the job of the mother is the most important job it is, and she's correct. You got the father who's saying, I'm the father, and it's just, and I have the most important role, it is, and he's correct. What I want you to understand is that there's no better role. There's just only different roles. And when you look at parenting, you say, well, how can a single parent be effective? Well, because they just play that role. They just know how to play both roles. Okay. And that's what we're talking about. What I want you to understand, because I don't I want you to understand, if you don't do anything else but get this, if when you're dealing, especially when it comes to how you relating to your child, if you can just understand that your role is not better. You do not own the title of better. Okay. And I meant, listen, Tiffany, you are a great mother. Okay. I know that. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that being a mother is better than being a father. And I'm going to tell you why. I see, this is what I believe. I believe that if God intended it to be any way else, any other way, he would have made it so. But we need each other in order to create a child. Now here we are to where we can actually create a child in a test tube. That's true, right? Okay.
I don't know
But
about it.
right. So we're other than I'm listen, I don't know all the ways man try to interpret God. Okay. We're not talking about that. I'm being funny. But what I do want you to understand is that, God gave that child a mother, and he gave that child a father. He did that because he knew that parent, that child was going to need both parents. Okay. I just need y'all to understand that. Okay. And if you can get it, it's going to make your decisions a whole lot better as you move forward, because some of you are going to think that, you know what, I don't need that, that his father, her father in his life. If you got a good man, and men, if you got a good woman, do find a way to co-parent. Okay, take your personal issues, throw them out the window, because that's not good for the child. Okay. Tiffany, man, that is what I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
share. Okay. And let's see, let
Mm-hmm.
me move this. Okay, so man,
That was
we
a good
have some
share.
questions. What you say?
I said that was a good share.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now you finna put me on the hot
Yeah.
seat.
Hey,
Um,
Fred.
hey, so
Oh,
let's
yeah.
do this. We got some
We got
comments
Mr.
coming
Fred
in.
joining us.
All right. Okay. So let's reset. Okay. We're gonna be right back. Give us just 10 seconds. And Tiffany, when we get back, man, let's rapid fire with
Hey,
these
Vicky.
questions, and uh, and let's see how we can do that. Hey, Vicky. All right.
I've been wasting my time. I don't know why I can't get you out my mind. Guess I let my feelings take control.
All right, we are back. We are back, man. This is the question and answer segment of Ask the Relationship Guys. Man, thank you guys for rocking with us. Make sure that you like and you share this out. Tiffany, what you got for me? I'm ready.
Yes. All right. So the first question is, it's funny because you did address one of these questions already. So I'll skip over that one
And
about
don't
the
give me nothing hard either. Don't give me nothing hard. I don't want nothing hard.
okay. How do you handle so you don't want folks' questions to go answered? It's not what you
Listen,
said.
what I tell you what, I'm gonna need
You
help
see,
there.
you
You know,
see
if I
y'all.
need help, you better have my back, okay? you
Of
yeah, have
course,
my
of
back.
course. That's why
All
I'm
right,
here.
good.
You
Okay,
know.
good.
Okay. All right. So the first one is how can I encourage good communication and maintain open dialogue with my child as he gets older?
Wow, okay, I can handle that one. Man, it starts,
And this is,
you
I'm
know,
sorry, this is a single mom.
a single mom. Okay, you know, the dynamics change. You know, now I would say that. Now, do you know if that child is it a male child or a female child, or it doesn't matter? Because I can answer either way.
I'm sorry, you broke up.
Okay, I say, is it a male child or a female child? There's a little delay in this, I think, too.
Yeah, it said he gets older, so I would
Okay.
assume it's a male child. So this is a single
Yeah, I think
mother with a male child.
male child. Okay, man. Okay, so so here's the thing, guys. The dynamics of a that mother son relationship. Well, let's say this first. All relationships, you have to develop them in the beginning. The worst thing that you can do is start out one way and then change it. Okay, so if there's something that you if you already know what type of relationship that you want to have with your child, and that's one of those questions, you know, I asked that I brought out, you know, because you can look at how you were raised, and you can ask yourself, what was it about my parents that I liked, and what was it that I didn't like? And then you can take those things and you can institute them into your relationship with your child. Okay, now, but the key is you're going to be consistent. So if you want to, um, if you want that relationship to grow, if you wanted to you know, to foster that good communication, you have to start in the in and I'm talking about in the early age. You're going to have to teach them that you are a safe place. I will say this: you also have to give you also have to give your tribe, you know, some you know, you're gonna need some help. You're gonna need grandmama, granddad, you know, you're gonna need auntie, uncle, you're gonna need somebody to where, you know, and this is where I'm thinking about that male child, because there is a difference when it comes to a male child. Okay, because now I know that there's a dynamic with that female child, because I seen it, but with that male child, he's going to fight for his independency. Now I know all children do it, okay, but a male child is going to fight for it in a different type way. This is what I want you to encourage. Now, Tiffany, this is in your alley now. There, because you got those boys, and those boys are going to be becoming men. You go see, as a father, I already know that my male son is going to be a man one day. So in the early day, I'm already grooming him to be a man. And I need that single mother to understand that there's going to be a place where you're going to not only you're going to be fostering a good place for him, a safe place for him to express himself, a safe place for him to express himself. Man, we do not hinder expressions. We don't do that because that causes too many problems. Okay, so we're gonna allow them to express themselves, and when it comes to that male child, you're gonna have to recognize when you know, like that independency is not going to be a normal independency. It's going to be independency, like you're going to see that he's trying to do some things because he want to prove that he's a man. And trust me, it's gonna, I don't care what that scenario is, he's a man. And that, you know, and it's going to be coming out, and it's going to be so beautiful, because you're going to look back, especially as a father, you're going to look and you're going to say, oh yeah, yeah, I see it. You know, I'm getting excited about it. So
But it's hard. It's hard in those like the 11 through, well, 10 through 13, 12. Well, that's where I am. You
yeah,
know.
yeah,
And I mean the hormones are raging, you know, and it's just like I remember, and then my two boys are just so different,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know. And I remember and one is more like his daddy.
Okay.
And I remember calling him and saying, you know what? I need you to talk to him. I said, because he just like you. So you
Yeah.
got to know what it is that he's thinking, what it is that's going on with him. I said, because I don't know what else to do.
Right. And see,
You
you
know?
know, that once again, you know, the fact that you have mastered the art of communicating, you know, and you have that open door policy with your ex-husband, then that's why you're winning. Okay. Well, you know what?
The
That's
children
why the
are,
boys are winning. Okay,
yes.
because they have that, and it's going to be important. See, that's where I was at with, you know, hey, you don't have a better role, you just have a different role. And once again, you know, the kid does not really see single parents. In my mind, they don't. You know, not like, you know, okay, my mom's a single parent. I don't know how that works, but y'all are divorced, but they don't have they don't have single parents. Do you understand what I'm saying? They have both the mother and the father, you know. So that is the scenario. If y'all didn't make it, man, that's, you know, hey, it's sad, or whatever you want to look at it. It is what it is. But the key is that just because you divorce, it doesn't mean that the kids don't need the other parent. Man, that's one of the worst things that, you know, that I see, is all of a sudden, you know, me and you don't get along, then all of a sudden you're not a fit parent because I was, you know, I was a bad husband, or you was a bad wife. Now all of a sudden I'm a bad parent. That's silly to
Right.
me. But don't get me started on that.
Yeah. I completely agree.
Yeah,
You got to separate the two. That's
absolutely, absolutely.
separate the man from the role.
The man from the mistake. You know what I'm saying? Separate that,
Just because he wants a
because
good husband, that don't mean he's not a good father.
that's right. That's it. And for all us fathers out there coming up for Father's Day, you know, shoot your shot. You know, pat your back. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing, because you deserve it.
Mhm,
Okay?
mhm. All right, you ready for the next question?
Absolutely.
Okay. How do I handle the challenges of balancing work and parenting?
Single,
Yes,
single. Man, you know, listen, you got to, once
it's
again,
hard. It's hard being a
it's
single parent.
yeah, it is. It is.
I was out there
Yeah.
at one point in time with no help, so I'm
Yeah.
saying, well, my parents, you know, but as far as
What
her father,
Well, I'm gonna tell you, how do you do it? How you doing it? Because here's the thing. Um, this is what I'm gonna say, but I want you to tackle this, because I want to make sure that this question, you know, get answered the best way. Okay? Because what I want to say is, you're gonna have to bring in, you know, your tribe. Okay, you're gonna have to bring in, grandmama and granddaddy, and the uncles and the aunties. You're gonna have to do that, because you have, and let me just say this: this is not really unique to single parents, because I have seen
yeah.
scenarios where, yeah, both parents are there, okay, and they still have these issues, this work, home balance issue, okay.
Mhm.
Now, so you have to do, you have to you have to bring in, whatever help you can do, what you need, okay? Because you're gonna need some help. You may have to sit down and you may have to have a conversation where sometimes it makes more sense that, especially depending on the age of the child, where somebody's gonna have to sit at home for a while, okay? And you're gonna your role is, okay, I'll stay home with these young babies until they start school, okay? Because daycare or whatever costs more than what I'll be making. You have to. The point is, guys, I'm gonna say it again. You have to be good communicators. You're gonna have to sit down at the table, and you're gonna have to have these conversations because there is a solution. Okay, but Tiffany, you you have to deal with this. Okay, so what would you say to that?
Well, it was definitely hard. And I did have my village. I still do. I believe in that. And I leaned on my parents and my friends to help me. Because when I had a daughter, I didn't know how to do hair. I didn't play with dolls growing up. So
Mm,
I had my girlfriends braiding Denise's hair on a regular basis.
yeah, yeah,
Because I didn't want my child looking a fool by the head.
right, right,
So I really leaned on my village, and I always, no matter what, I put her first.
absolutely,
Anytime she needed anything, and I made it clear to the jobs that I had. I mean, it was several times, and God just always blessed me with good jobs,
right,
to where I can leave work at any time if there's anything going on with my family or my children. I'm there. There's
absolutely,
a number of times I literally had the daycare call me, and she was cutting up, which she did often, and so I would leave work
right,
and go
yeah,
and discipline her.
wow.
And I
So,
remember calling my mama crying.
like, why?
I'm like, I'm tired of spanking her. I don't want to spank her no more. When she gonna be good?
Yeah,
She just told me just continue to be consistent.
yeah. That's the key. Being consistent, and and let me just say this too, because God just put this to my remembrance. Um, there is a such thing as a God order, okay?
Mhm.
And I'm not gonna go too deep into that, but there's a place where when the God order, you got the hierarchy, God being the head, then you got the father, you got the mother, you got the children. Okay, that's the hierarchy. What I want you to see, though, but you gotta have to mentally see this, is that if you don't have good communication, if you don't have a good system, you're going to your kids are going to find a void if they spiritually, emotionally come looking for you and you're not there. Okay,
Mhm.
I need you to see it. The reason why I want you to see the order is because when you lift your hands up, the person that you touch is the person that you're going to be receiving your love from. So if me, the head, if I lift my head up, my hands up, because God is over me, I'm going to be receiving from God. And then my spouse, when she lifts her hands up, she's going to be receiving her love from me. When the child lifts their hands up, they're going to be receiving the love from the mother. So I need you to understand is that, you know, if the mother's working, then when the child lifts up, then he's going to automatically be connected to the father. But let's say if the father is working, so now the mother is working, the father is working, then I need you to understand the importance of teaching your kids to have a relationship with God, because when because if the mother is gone and if the father is gone, then when the child reaches up, he's gonna have to have a relationship with God. And the reason why I say this, and I wanted you to see, God just told me to just share that with you, is because when you are out of order and you reach up and there's no one there, then you reach down. And when the child reaches down, if when they reached up and the mother and the father is working and there's not there, they're not there. They don't have a relationship with God, so they can't. So God is not a source. So they're gonna automatically reach down, and they're gonna be looking and searching for something that's out of order, because you're supposed to always reach up. So when a child reaches down, when the man is out of order, he's gonna reach down to his wife, and she's gonna be his supplier. When the wife is out of order, she's not reaching up to her husband. She's gonna do what? All her attention is gonna go to her kids. She's gonna reach down to her kids. But what's gonna happen when the kids reach down? There's nothing there, and this is why we see the dysfunction with our kids, is because we gotta be careful. Because if we don't give them, we have to work. We gotta work. But you better have a system in place to where when that child reaches up and needs you, you better have something there for him to hold on. If you can, you better give them something solid, because if there's nothing there, especially with all this technology they have right now, they reach up and nothing there, they're gonna automatically start reaching down, and they're gonna be out of order, and whatever latches on to them, it's gonna have them. Back in my day, that we used to say, I could see it, because they reach down and they start joining gangs. And if you ask somebody, well, why did you join this gang? Well, they was the closest thing I had to a family. And why did that happen? Because when they reached up, my mama wasn't there. I reached up, my daddy wasn't there, and nobody taught them how when you're never alone if you got a relationship with God. Keep going.
Yeah, you preaching now.
Man, I had to get that off my chest.
And you know what? That kind of made me want to segue into the post that I did.
Matter of fact, that thing.
Did you see it?
I think I brought it up. Let me see.
Because I thought it was very interesting. It was a survey that was done by Pew Research in 2015. I'm not sure what the stats will be looking like now, but I thought it was very interesting because it said Black and Hispanic parents are more likely to see kids' successes and failures as a reflection of their parenting.
Mm-hmm.
And, as I thought about that, because they said, let me see, it looks like it's 54% the job they're doing as parents. So they looked at the job they're doing as parents, 54%, and 38%, this is on the Black side, their children is the children's own strengths and weaknesses. So most of them felt like the job that they're doing, 54% thought that it was their job as that they were doing as a parents that contributed to the kids' success and failures.
Mm-hmm.
And the other 36% thought that it was based upon the children's strengths and weaknesses.
Let me remove that. Okay, sorry. Keep going. I was trying to bring up that chart, that stat.
Oh.
Yeah, but
yeah.
I thought I had it queued up, but it's not, and but anyway, keep going. Now I'm gonna tell you. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna pull it up on my phone because I thought that that was very it was very telling because I had a theory behind why Black parents and Hispanic parents felt like what was that question they asked?
That they're likely to see their kids' successes and failures as a reflection of their parenting.
See, I looked at it as we as Black parents. I can't really speak for Hispanic, but I believe that it's going to go hand in hand. We have a disadvantage, and so we were brought up teaching our kids that we have a disadvantage. Okay.
Mhm.
And it's not a bad thing, although I know it's debatable, but we raised our kids, tell them that you're at a disadvantage. So, and in other words, with the other side of the stats is with the white side is where I would say white privilege comes in at.
Mhm.
And because there's a place where, and I believe that it's probably in the vast majority of people, especially if we're looking at our white brothers and sisters, you probably don't even think about it. Okay.
Right.
But you're going to benefit
Right.
just because of who you are. So it's going to be it's natural. I'm not saying nobody racist or anything like that, but you don't think about it. So you're automatically thinking, well, it's going to be what it is, and you don't have to do anything because
Right.
just what it is. But when you look at on our side, we're saying if I don't do something, it
Right.
can be the difference between my son even making it until he's 21, or not. We're not even talking about how successful he are. We're like, man, can I just get him out of high school?
Right. Right.
And you see what I'm saying? And we feel as if we play an active part in that
Yeah. That's
because
true.
I'm gonna tell you, my mom. Listen, my mom, when I was like, I guess, 10, 11, 12 years old, I was riding a bike. Okay. So however I was during that time, back in those days, yeah, we rode bikes. Okay. And, but trust me, I did not leave that house without her giving me the hardest, coldest speech. And it was so hard. And I'm going to tell y'all, can I tell you?
Oh
Can
yeah,
I
I mean,
share it?
shoot, I can only imagine what it sounds like because it's probably the same one I got.
No, trust me, I don't believe this. Because first of all, because you're a female, but she told this is what she said. I mean, I want to make sure so I don't mess up the community. But she said that she said, Eric, you are a young black male, and she said they hunt young black males.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So I had to leave with a fear that if I did something wrong, and I be I tell people that, and they're like, man, you should be messed up. Now I'm not messed up. I don't shake when I see a cop. None of that type stuff. But I never got in any trouble. Okay,
Mhm. But that was a
because
fear that she had.
that was
That
the fear she
something
had.
happened
See,
to
she
you. She didn't
she
want
seen
that.
some stuff.
Right.
She seen some stuff, and and all she was like, see, I'm gonna tell you, see, y'all missing it, and because I already see some of y'all missing it, and but I want to help you out. See, the reason why she did that, why y'all pointing the finger, is because she wanted to make sure I got home.
Right.
She didn't, and see, here's the thing, Tiffany. She could have said, you know what, you're not going anywhere. But she
Right.
had enough in her to say, you know what, I'm not gonna do my child that way because what he's asking for is natural. But
Mhm.
she said, listen, I'm gonna pray to Jehovah God that he protect my children. But
Mhm.
I'm also, as a parent, I'm going to say, listen, if you go down there and riding that bike, and listen, I need you to understand, black son, that there's some group of people out there that take pleasure in harming you.
Mhm.
And I ain't never been in no trouble. I ain't never been arrested. And I'm not saying that other parents didn't do the same thing. I'm just talking about myself. I never, I because she told me that.
Mhm.
Even to this day, I understand that, that I'm at a disadvantage. So when I look at that stat, then I say, yeah, I said that at first it was confusing. I said, no, I see what's going on. I said, I believe the Hispanic father is saying the same thing to his son. I
Mhm.
believe the Hispanic mother is saying the same thing. See, I see, I'm not disrespecting the white one, but I believe that when they send their son out, they just expect them to come back home.
Oh yeah, they don't think about it. They don't
They
have.
don't even think about it.
Mhm.
But the minority, when we have to play a more active role because we know we are at a disadvantage.
Can we find another word for disadvantage?
Give it to me. We at I don't know. Okay, so you know what? Who is this?
Somebody give us another word for disadvantage.
Yeah, y'all. Listen, we need y'all. Y'all quiet. Y'all are really quiet. Y'all gonna get my show canceled because y'all are really quiet today. I need some questions and some activity going on or something. But who said my Yahweh? Because man, that gave me chills out through my bone. Man, Yahweh, I love that.
I'm trying to pull up Facebook now.
Uh-oh.
I don't do well with it with this.
Man, that was Crystal. Okay.
We have to find a way to okay, a black man's reality is different. Unfavored.
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, that's better.
Yeah. Who said a black man? Let me highlight this. A black man's reality is different. Yeah. Vicky. Yeah, that Vicky. Listen. I don't know what Mama told y'all, Vicky. I don't know, and maybe y'all didn't have a conversation like that, and maybe
I remember my mama telling me don't go embarrassing us.
Yeah, I got that one too. Oh
I
yeah,
always say somebody's watching,
right?
So don't go out there. The fact that you're a reflection of us,
absolutely,
and our family. So I mean, I know that was definitely instilled in us, that fear that someone is always watching.
Somebody's always watching. Yeah.
Underprivileged.
Unprivileged.
Okay.
Underprivileged. What's up, best friend? Hey, thanks for listen, I got my sisters on here.
Give me another one, y'all.
You don't like underprivileged?
I don't like that one either.
I don't know what you don't like about disadvantage.
Something that's more representative of us as a people.
Yeah. Afrocentric. You listen, man. She
at a loss.
You getting she getting all Juneteenth on us. Yeah, you just wait. You only
fear.
Yeah, you only get this way during February and in June.
Please.
So
please. I'm for the people.
Oh man, you all listen, man. Y'all, this girl live in Beverly Hills, man.
Please. I'm from the West Side.
I'm gonna start calling you Hillary, man. I'm gonna start calling you Hillary.
I'm from the West Side of Birmingham. What you talking about?
Okay, Hillary.
All right.
Oh man, so, you funny.
I like the feared.
The feared.
I like that a little bit.
Okay.
Chaotic. These are really good. I like this. I like this. It definitely makes you, because I think a lot of times when we've heard the way we are for so long, that has been ingrained in us for generations. What happened to Eric? Am I still live, y'all?
Yeah, you live.
Okay. Okay. There's Eric.
I needed to do something off camera right quick.
Oh. Okay. Well, we won't go. We won't.
But anyway, it take but a second.
So anyway, but I really believe that, because we've been passed. Our parents, things have been passed on from generation to generation.
Absolutely.
Things that have been said about us. And so I think in order for us to change things in ourselves and in our children, we have to start reframing some of that stuff. Because a lot of that stuff, that gets in our mind and our psyche, and we begin to operate like that.
Right.
Yes, I might, the world might treat me at a disadvantage.
Right.
That might be the the reality.
Right.
But do I really have to live in that?
Right. Right.
You know,
Right. Now,
so, so let's reframe that.
I
Let's
think I think what you're saying is kind of like the difference between saying I'm poor and I'm broke.
yes.
Okay, yeah, and I think what you're trying to say is that you want a better word so it will not damage the mentality or further damage the mentality of the child. You
Yes,
know,
and not just the child, but our community as a whole.
as a whole, right?
No,
But
because when people look at a black man or they look at a black woman or they look at a black child,
mhm,
there's certain stereotypes that you have because
mhm,
it has been ingrained in you, whether it's through school,
mhm,
it's TV,
right,
social media, you
right,
know. So, but it's the things that we have to do, the positive things that we have to do. We have to continue to reiterate over and over and over again
right. I
to
totally agree.
disman that, because that's something that's been happening for generations. So
And words are powerful.
yes,
Words are
yes,
powerful. Words, create. They have creative power. So,
hmm
um, I
hmm
always say, God could have created the world, um, any type of way. He could have snapped his finger and created it, but he gave us a roadmap,
hmm
and he spoke it into existence. God said, "Let there be light," and he did that because we have that same creative ability. That's where we see the God Elohim, the creator, the one that spoke those things into existence. That's a whole nother broadcast.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. You're
so
right.
man, okay, so what else we got?
Got
Man,
one
that's
more
good.
question.
I'm enjoying myself with you too,
Did
by
you
the way.
read this? The facts are we are at a disadvantage. The truth is we overcome. Yes.
The truth
Yes.
is
I
that the
love
truth
that.
is we do overcome. And let's see. This is I like the word someone used earlier, unfavorable. Okay. Um, and the lack of knowledge or lack of knowing, that's powerful too in itself.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
that's Crystal said that.
Yeah.
So you said we got one last question.
Yeah. We got one last question. Now, this is, I don't even know if we should add on this. We should end on this note. This is the last question, but this, this, this a pretty heavy one right here. I probably should have did
Really?
this one earlier up in, yeah.
Well, yeah. Well,
Or do
y'all
it.
get ready. If it's that heavy, I'm gonna need you guys out there to help me with this one because I got a feeling.
And then maybe someone has dealt with this. But this is a parent, I don't know if it's a man or a woman, um, or who the child is, what gender, but it says, "What do I do if my child is acting like they may be gay?"
Yeah, yeah. You should have led with that one.
I know.
Uh,
We'll end on a positive note
yeah,
though,
we're gonna
because
flip this
that's a
around
pretty
some type
tough
of way.
one.
Um, you know, with they acting gay, so they haven't said that they were gay. They hadn't, they hadn't said, hey, mom, dad, I think I was born in the wrong body. They hadn't said that. They just doing, gay stuff. I don't know. I'm trying to
Well,
get an idea.
nobody. I mean, they didn't elaborate, so
Okay,
I,
so
because this could be a child, a small child.
right.
So it could be a boy that's playing with dolls, you know, and a father might think, okay, this child is,
Okay, so
acting.
I like that. I like that. I like that right there. Okay, so let's say that they're a young child, um, and son playing with a doll or whatever. Um, so this is what I believe. I believe that that well, let me just say it like this: no matter whether they acting gay or turn out to be gay or whatever, then I believe that the at this point, the only natural thing to do is to continue to love your child. Okay.
Right. Right.
There's I don't see no scenario where you know adding shame to that child is going to be positive. Okay. I don't see it. Now here's the thing though. So now so I think that the especially as like a father would say, okay, well, I don't want my son playing with dolls. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, if you got a young enough son, then it's easy for you to say, okay, give me the doll, and take these fire trucks. Okay. It's easy for you to do that.
But do you
Okay.
do that to a girl? Do you tell the girl to stop playing with the fire trucks?
You probably wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? But if you did, right, I get it.
So
I get it.
does a little boy really, do they really associate that doll with something feminine? I mean, they
Right,
might associate that doll with just it being a doll,
right.
being a toy, being a baby.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You
Listen,
know,
I'm finna pull some comments up because I already, yeah, this, let's see. Um, it doesn't change anything. Who said that? Oh,
continue
that's Tony. Tony, what's up, Tony?
unconditionally. Yes.
Continue to love unconditionally. And see that's where I'm at too, Tony, man. Um,
And someone else did say respond in love, and
okay.
um and they
Vicky said respond in love. See, I knew y'all had my back. See,
Mhm.
Tiff, you set me up with that. Let's see, did we miss any? They could be rebelling. Okay. Yeah, they could be rebelling. Um, so yeah, I think at some age that may be more if you're dealing with a younger child. I think the environment may be it be the reason why. But once again, I think understanding the child. See, this is what I want everybody to understand. Do everything that you can to protect that baby. Okay. Because oh man, the comment, I got to get to these comments. Let's see. Renee said,
What's the one ahead of that one? Could be
uh,
facing peer pressure. I
okay.
can click on them.
Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, I missed it. Thank you. Could be facing peer pressure from the same sex. I heard that they are pretty aggressive. Okay. That is true. And then my sis said, love your child. At the end of the day, I mean, because I can't see myself turning away, into my children, my nieces, nephew, anybody because they had an alternative lifestyle. Now um, at the end of the day, guys, you gotta love the child. Okay. Self acceptance is the key. Okay. Nailed it. Okay. I don't know who nailed it. It could have been in the comments because I'm like I don't know what I'm doing. Tiffany threw she hit me with a curveball on this one, but I appreciate it. Tiffany, you want to read that?
Parents need to educate themselves about this subject. I would assume they want to say subject matter to
Hmm.
understand as much as they can. So if a child is gay, then they can respond with love instead of fear. That's
You know
true.
what? Let's stay there
It-
for a second because I believe that that Facebook user, who is that? They are so. This is your sister.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
So I should have known with all that wisdom it came from you, but
Stace.
but here's the thing. We have to take time. Go ahead and get educated. I know that it's gonna be the farthest thing from your mind, but in today's listen, you better go ahead and have your game plan, even and maybe you never have to use it. But what happened is when it comes to you and you're not prepared for it, your natural reaction may be something negative. But if you go ahead and plan for it, then and if it comes up, then listen, you already had a plan for it. Just use the plan. Okay. Let's see. I agree with Tiffany. Tony said, I agree with Tiffany. My son like kitchens and like kitchen and dolls. Is no different from it. That's good, chef or superhero doll. Man, that's a good point because you if you mess up, you may be messing up their calling, because he may be called to be, the next Chef Ramsay or whoever, Emerald Lagasse, whatever his name is. He may be the next one, but you freaked out, and now all of a sudden, you grieved the Holy Spirit, and he was trying to show him his gifting, because we do know that God gave everybody the ability. Some people go, I know people that in their 50s, 60s and never knew what their calling is. Maybe that child at an early age knew what they were called to do.
Yeah.
Okay,
And then you can grieve the child too.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So somebody agree with me. Thank you. Man, I wish these names was on here. But small children start just being curious about things. Man, listen, man, that's a good point too. Man, who said that? I can't get it. There's so many comments coming through.
And
Uh,
I can't help you out because
you can't.
it,
Okay,
it keeps messing up when I go to try to.
man, listen, that's your sister again. Okay, so yeah, if it's really good, I'm just gonna already say that. Oh, that's your sister.
She just dropping gems.
Man, that's good. That you're right.
Yeah,
Um, uh, uh, Antoinette. Is it Antoinette? I can't.
and
See it.
that.
Annette. Yeah. Okay. She said, "Hey, just to let y'all know who she is." Okay. Children are much more exploratory than we are. Children don't have no hold back, man. They, everything is open. And we have to, and see, that's another thing that we can mess up, because we have to realize. I really would think that if we all are honest, we all may be maybe just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Just a little bit, to where, you just now it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And then and you're good. So don't you don't want to, it's totally, go ham on your child, and then all of a sudden you're gonna affect them for the rest of their life on something that they were just exploring.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And then a lot of times kids don't know what's right and wrong until you say something.
You're right. And once again, now those words are gonna do some things where now they really can stay with that child, all their life. Listen, I have counseled with some people who told me that something, my daddy said this when I was 6 years old, and here it is. He a 40-year-old man, and he's still living off of what his dad told him when he was 6. So that's why we have to have that's why we have to have a game plan. And this is Tony. Tony said, "That's right, Eric. Exactly what I meant." Man, that's good. That is really good. Well, Tiffany, you opened up a nice big can of worms. I hope you're glad about that.
But you know what? I think it needed to be discussed, and I think the tribe really gave some really good insight, knowing that this is probably something that's going on more now that we're dealing with as parents, and then our kids will deal with as parents than our parents did.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
So it's definitely something we have to be vigilant about.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's I to be honest, I don't care when you ask or have to deal with a question like this. This is always going to be a hard question, because you're going to be stuck between like you're going to be stuck with, on how you want to act and how you should act. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to find this balance between, man, this is what I want to do, but this is what I better do. I mean, so um the, if y'all notice anything, the whole thing, we're talking about parenting, but if you notice that everything that I dealt with dealing with parenting, I coupled it with communication. And if you were to get anything from what I'm saying is, if you want to be an effective parent, you're going to have to learn how to be an effective communicator, because it's all going to be tied in together. You can say the wrong things you can say the right thing at the wrong time. Okay, but you have to learn how to deal with your child. You're gonna have to. There's a scripture. Help me with this, Tiffany. You're a Bible scholar. Where the Bible says, "Dwell with them according to knowledge."
Mm-hmm.
Am I right on that? So okay. So you're gonna have to deal. You're gonna have to do that with your.
It was talking about the husband and the wife in that
It was
instance.
talking about the husband and
But
wife.
we can reply it to kids because
You can apply it to kids. Okay, and the reason why I say that, the reason why I wanted to, the Holy Spirit gave me that scripture, is because we can't get into this thing where it's a cookie cutter parenting.
right.
Okay, listen, my oldest child was parented totally different than my youngest child. Totally different. Now, they always say you love her more than you love everybody else. That is not true. But I did parent her a whole lot different. And I have went to my oldest and I say, listen, I owe you because we practice the hell out with you. We practice.
Mm-hmm.
It
Is. I mean, because that first child is like trial and error. It's like
it's trial and error.
It's like,
There
okay,
was more error than anything.
okay, is this gonna work?
Right.
Press the button.
I mean, sometimes sometimes you just drew a straw and like, okay, I mean,
Pretty much.
because you didn't
It ain't
know.
no manual.
There's no manual to it, and
Mhm.
so and then you go and you have this second child, and then now all of a sudden, you got the first one educated you, but then the second one is totally different. So now you have another set of skill sets,
Especially if it's a different sex.
especially if it's a different sex. According to knowledge, that child is going to give you what it's going to be something about that child, thank you, Holy Spirit, because when the scriptures say that we are to raise up a child and ways in the way that they should go. Okay, so I need you to understand that it's not the way that the parent wants them to go. When you rear up a child, what you're doing is saying, a good parent is saying, man, okay, child, okay, Heavenly Father, what is these unique gift? What are the talents? What is it? What is it about this child? And you're gonna start seeing some different things, and then maybe you got a child that's all man, he's picking up sticks and he's playing the drum, and then I need you to understand that maybe his gifting, that he's gonna be a famous drummer, and you're gonna have to rear that child up and say, he's 3 years old. Let me buy him his first set of drum set. Let me do that because I've seen some things in him. One of the things that I did with my man. Listen, I got my oldest. I got some great kids. My oldest daughter, she's a nurse, but she's an entrepreneur. Man, she's doing some great things. But I realized that if I wasn't careful, I was going to dim her light. And so I when she was probably around 15, maybe 16 years old, I had to change my parenting style. And what I did, I gave her one rule. I said, you can do whatever you want to do as far as expressing yourself. Just don't tear nothing up. And I literally said that. I said, you can go to your room and you can scream, you can do whatever. I said, just don't tear nothing up. But you said, Eric, why did you do that? I did that because I didn't want her to lose her voice. I didn't want her to lose who she is. I didn't want her I didn't want to grieve anything. I didn't want to restrain anything. I didn't know what I was doing, Tiffany, but it was important for me that I don't just hinder anything that could be trying to express themselves, because I could have been looking at it was something bad, but it could have been what God was going to use, that it was going to bless the world. Mm-hmm. And I said, I didn't want to be the guy. I didn't want to be that guy that dimmed her light. And I said, listen, go. If you mad, I wanted you to own the fact that you was mad. Mm-hmm. See, it was a time, Tiffany, I say, shut up, go in there, be quiet. Mm-hmm. Not with that one. I had to realize, I said, no, man, I'm not going to silence your voice because it's something about you. I realized, see, I got a little smarter, and I said, you know what? Man, this all this bad attitude, all of this, that I'm saying, she's bad. Oh man, I said, no, she's not, because she's gonna use that. Yeah. And that's what I want you guys to realize. I want you to realize that you may be looking at it as a bad trait. And I'm gonna prove it to you scripturally. If you looked at Saul before he was converted to Paul, he went around and he was described as vigorously he persecuted Christians. I mean, he did it with a passion. Mm-hmm. And God said, listen, I'm going to change some things about you. He said, but that passion that you have, he said, I don't want you to lose that. I don't want you to stop that vigor. I don't want you to change. I don't want you to stop doing none of that. He said, because that same attitude, that same boldness you have, Saul, I want you to just switch sides. You was doing it for the wrong reason. I want you to join my team, but I want you to keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. And this is what we need to do with our kids. We need to let them be who God called them to be. Rear them up in the way that they should go. Man. Okay. I'm good now. I got it out my system.
Speaking of children.
Man, okay, so well said, Crystal. Crystal, man, thank you for joining, man. I appreciate you, God. I appreciate all you guys. Crystal also said, words create the world. Man, boy, don't you get me? Boy, you trying to get me to preach on that. Man, ironically, that was the first sermon that I ever spoke, that I ever preached, man. I talked about Elohim and how God created, the world with his speech. And then I went over there in Mark and where he said, if you can say to that mountain, if you could just speak to that mountain, he said, but if you got to believe though, if you believe in your heart and do not doubt, you can say to that mountain, be cast in the sea, but you got to believe. Man, that's the power that we have. That's when he said we are created in his image. We are created in the image of Elohim, that created, the one that spoke the world into existence. Man, I like that. Children need parents who listen to them without judgment. They really do, sis. Thank you. Man, listen, there got to be a safe place. I think we started out with that, it started out. you know, it has to be that a safe place, because man, listen, we at, you know, I don't know the ages of people that, you know, everybody's on here, but I believe all of us is somewhat in the same bracket, you know, plus or minus a little bit. But here's the deal: we have seen enough to where, you know, if it's not us personally, we personally know somebody who is affected by something that was said to them or done to them when they was a child.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I got a coach, and he used to say, you got to be double dumb. So I'm gonna say this: you got to be double dumb to have this much knowledge and do this to your child.
Yeah.
When you know what happened to you, you know what you suffer from, you know what was said to you, and why in the world would you speak it over your child, and you know that you still suffering yourself? But it's the same thing that was said to you. You got to be double dumb.
Yeah. That's what we do. We're not healthy. You
You're
know,
not helping.
we just hurt. That's why it's so important for us to be healthy for our children. Because if we're not, then we're just creating a legacy of sickness.
A legacy of sickness. My. That's what my daddy say. My. Okay. All right. So I see you ain't finna. You're not gonna close this out. So I guess I will.
This is Ask the Relationship Guy. This is not Ask Tiffany.
Okay. So you were waiting on me to close it out. Okay.
Yes, it's your show. It's your show.
Hey, well, look, but let's do this. Hurt people hurt people. Amen to that. Okay, so we do have Father's Day coming up. I'm not going. I don't. I will be participating once again, guys. Listen, the link is in the comments. If you want to join the tribe, this is, you know, one of the best groups that you can join. Click on that link and join the tribe. Um, but Father's Day is coming up. Okay, what do you have planned for your father?
You asking me?
Yes.
I don't know.
See, that's my point. That's it. Because y'all, if it was Mother's Day, then you got a whole thing planned.
No,
And see,
no,
no, I'm just kidding.
that ain't happening. I do stuff for my dad all the time.
Okay.
So
See
it's not
that's it, guys.
it's not a one day thing for me.
That's it. That's it.
But I'm gonna do whatever he wants me to do, and it's probably just go to his house, hang out, and I'll probably bring dinner.
Well, you know what? That's going to be a good Father's Day, and I think we talked about this on the other day on how men, and I know this is a whole new subject, but we talked about how certain things that men just don't need, and I think you sent me a video, and
you still misinterpret it, and
it's funny how you can watch one thing and get
the
two different
same video
interpretations.
got totally two different. We're
Yeah.
not gonna go into that because that's gonna put in a whole nother discussion.
But I will highlight on that video. I'm gonna send it back to you, but I'll highlight where you're wrong. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna highlight that. Okay. Yeah, because I didn't misinterpret that video, but you did.
We need to let everybody in on the video.
Well, we'll do that but I'm gonna show you so you won't embarrass yourself. Okay, I will give you that respect because I don't know how you missed it.
Was about how men want to be acknowledged and appreciated.
Right.
But Eric was saying that you all don't want that.
Right. But more specifically, I was saying that if we did not get it, that we won't stop doing what we're doing just because we did not get acknowledged.
Oh, okay. I completely agree with that. I do believe that.
Yeah. So because
I've heard too many men say that they aren't appreciated, that no one appreciates what it is that they do, or acknowledges anything that they do, and they feel like they're forgotten in so many words.
Right.
So any men that are here, can you help Eric or help me out?
Right. Hey, this is the last question before we go.
We like to feel appreciated and acknowledged, but it won't stop us. Okay.
Right.
See?
Yeah. And that, I mean, because listen, we're um and this is where the conversation went. And God, this is the show after the show. But but yeah, we want to feel appreciated, but we on a level where um I have a job to do. And the only thing that is important to a man is that I just do the job that I was supposed to do. Okay, so if you acknowledge me, if you appreciate me, that's great. I'm glad you noticed, but I still have a job to do. So it's not going to stop me. And this is why this conversation was so important that we had, because see what happens is um, and this is where I'm going to lose all the female support. But what happened is, if you start looking at the divorce rate, and you start looking at just say the divorce rate, or or the reasons why the marriage did not work, uh, you're going to come up with some numbers that's going to say, you know, that woman saying, I did not feel appreciated. Okay. And women will lay real heavy on appreciation, which is rightfully so. That's why that comes up under the love. That's why God told us to love you. So part of us loving you, we have to appreciate you. We have to show our appreciation. A man should know that. Okay. But that is not a quality that a man needs. That's a quality that a woman needs. And a woman, so a man have to show appreciation, because that comes upon the love. Okay. Now, but what do a man need? The man need respect. So I don't care if you telling me that you appreciate me for cutting the grass, or making you breakfast, or taking care of you when you were sick. I'm not looking for that. What's important to me is that the respect that you show in that process, or period, and so we don't go around looking for you to pat us on our back, because we are dispositioned to just move on duty and honor. And trust me, I ain't talking about all men, but it is part of our DNA package. Do that make sense?
It does.
Okay. Man, my phone cut off. So I don't who said preach board, but whoever said that, thank you. And I'm trying to get my phone cut back on. I didn't know it was that low. But man, listen, this has been a good show, and
It
I
has.
really, I really can do this all day, but we're not, because we got other things to do. But
Yes.
so Tiffany, listen, I want to once again thank you for being my co-host. I want to thank you for being the visionary with the tribe. I want to thank you for all of those things, because I see you do some things behind the scenes that a lot of people don't see. I want to just officially give you your flowers and say, job well done, for all of that type stuff. Is there anything that you want to say before we exit out?
I just want to remind everyone about our next event that's coming up next Monday, the 12th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. The Black Father
The
panel.
Black Father.
Yeah, so we're going to open it up. I was talking to the guys, and they really want it to be more open to others. So when I send out the invite, just share it. Just share it
Absolutely.
with everybody, even if they're not a part of the tribe. Just share it, and I definitely look forward to it. It's going to be good.
Man,
It's a
that
good
is
opportunity to see the Black men and the Black fathers in a positive light. You know,
absolutely.
that's something
Man, I
that
can't wait.
all the time.
I can't wait. So this is the 12th.
It's the 12th next
November
Monday.
12th, next Monday. All right, guys, go ahead and mark that on your calendar. And guys, y'all won't see me until next. I come on the first Tuesday of every month. Okay, so until then, man, you guys be safe and go out and do something for the fathers in your life, the men in your life. We deserve it too. We can be appreciated one time out of the year. Oh man, wait, one time. Can we have
I've been
that?
wasting my time. I don't know why I can't get you out my mind. Guess I let my feelings take control.